Hello. Welcome to another edition of Soccer as We Like It, the Man United edition. And today we're going to cover, some people have told me to talk about who's going to be United's main number 9. Is it going to be Anthony Martial or Edison Cavani? Let's take a little both strikers. Yes, last season became Anthony Martial's season, scoring 24 goals and United's top scorer and player of the year. In a season that had a lot of stoppages and was still in a pandemic of COVID-19 globally, which affected the whole fixtures, all the calendars, everything was good. Even the Euro 2020 was moved, even the Olympics was moved. So, Edison Cavani was not exactly the main target United required. Edison Cavani was brought in as a last-minute player to cover the cracks of the inadequacy of United's board in the transfer market. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of this. Edison Cavani is 33 years old and was literally out of contract at PSG. No team was actually in for Cavani because he was looking to go and have a retirement. Actually known as the shooter in Uruguay, he has played well for his country. He has been a loyal servant. He's played on the big stage in the World Cup. He's played at Champions League level, and that experience is what United saw. But was he Ole's choice? The answer is no. United wanted a striker, but Cavani was not the striker they were looking at. They were looking at 3 players: Upamecano, Jadon Sancho, and Grealish and Telles. But United, knowing them, the inadequacy, the inefficiency of them, how inefficient they are and how poor they are in terms of recruitment, ended up getting Solskjaer what he wasn't really needing at this moment in time. Okay, Edison Cavani is very experienced, don't get me wrong. He's a very good player. He's physical, he's strong, he's tall, and he's very quick. But at 33, crippled with a long list of history of medical history injuries, there is a little question mark. While you're watching our video, don't forget to smash a like, drop your comments. Who would you prefer as number 9? Would you prefer Martial or you prefer Edison Cavani? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel by hitting the logo at the bottom right of your screen. Share our content and let's talk about it. Thank you very much. As we talked about it, Martial is still getting into his role. Martial was a forward, a left-sided player who comes in and scores through the middle. But he was converted to a centre forward in the place of Lukaku, who left last season. And with the service provided, as let's be honest, 60% of the time, Martial's making his own chances because the service from the flanks is literally non-existent. Mason Greenwood doesn't cross the ball from the right, neither does Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's crosses are literally abysmal. We're talking about on the left. Luke Shaw, his crosses don't get far. They barely cross the first player. Then Radford is not a crosser of the ball. This is the problem. So most of the balls are put through the middle to feet, whereby Pogba or Bruno Fernandes make the creation through the middle. But as defenders and teams have started to realize, with Martial up there and them sitting back, blocking, all United can do is passing across the box, looking for spots. And that is why they have no other options. So United are quite predictable because they play quite narrow. Hence, Solskjaer wanted a width by going with Sancho. But United board did not deliver due to the arrogance and stupidity. They decided, oh, Dortmund are definitely going to knock the price down. Really? Who's laughing now? Now, Ole found himself in a little bit of a tiffy. In reference to the case whereby Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has still got no width. We've gone into the season 3 games in and conceded 11 goals. Defensively, there seems to be a problem. Midfieldly, there seems to be a problem. Up front, if you're not scoring and you're conceding, there seems to be a problem. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a big job to do in the next 5 games. The next game is Newcastle, then PSG, then Chelsea, then RB Leipzig, then Arsenal, then Istanbul, then Everton. Can he win even half of those games? Only time will tell. Martial has played in the EPL. He's been in the EPL for 4 or 5 seasons now. He understands the physicality of it. He has the skill set to adapt and get around players. But Does he get the support and supplies required to be a successful player? I think last season was a one-off season, but you see towards the end of the season, United started to struggle because teams started to shut down and sit back, and United just couldn't break these teams down. So United had no width to go around the sides. Everything was channeled right through the middle, making it quite predictable for teams to stop United's attacks. Now, looking at this from a critical angle, going forward, will Edison bring something different? Yes, he might bring. He's a clinical finisher, don't get me wrong. But at 33, with a long list of history, longer than my arm, I don't know what to expect. Considering a player who's not played in 18 months, you do have to understand the EPL is very pacey, very physical, and very fast. So how he's going to adapt, only time will tell. But I will still go with Martial as our main number 9, with Igalo leaving the number in January. That's when Cavani can be a backup number 9. But only time will tell. He comes with leadership. He's a good Uruguayan striker. The last time I honestly think I could say I saw Cavani play was in the World Cup when he scored against Portugal. That was the last time I actually saw him play football. Other than then, he's just been in the PSG team, not playing, been in the rehab center, trying to recover from a long line of crippling injuries. So over time, he might be an asset, but only time will tell. We can only go with what we have. The devil you know better than the devil. We don't know about Cavani, how he's going to adapt to the physicality of the English league, but Martial is a known and tested product. And he's still growing, and still developing, and still moving. But with any number 9 United play currently, they're going to struggle with the lack of service because there's nothing coming through the left or the right. Everything is channeled through the middle. And that's where United have a problem. We are meeting Newcastle with Martial, who was sent off against Tottenham. Martial's going to miss the Newcastle game, the Chelsea game, and the Arsenal game. So Cavani, who is in isolation currently, is still not going to be available. Which shows and brings me to the next topic, which means United, if United really wanted him, instead of the last day signing, knowing he's going to have to isolate for 14 days, it just shows United went into a panic mode. And that is just the history of United's recruitment process of they don't know what they're doing. You have a bunch of tossers who don't know what they're doing. They do the wrong things, make the wrong decisions, make the wrong choices and wrong selections and wrong purchases and negotiations. Everything is wrong. Hence, they need a director of football to guide them. But because Woodward is so power hungry, he doesn't want to relinquish power. He doesn't want to have a football director. And that's where the problem starts. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't get through that list of games I just told you, I think he's going to be goodbye and good night. And they will be bringing in another manager and start the whole cycle all over again. United have gone for David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho. And these, especially Mourinho and Louis van Gaal, okay, they might not have played the United philosophy, but these guys were guys who played in managed top teams in Europe. How come they couldn't get it done in England? They said they didn't get the players they wanted. Woodward didn't deliver. Hey, it is what it is. But since United have went from third to 3 semi-finals, one would have thought an ambitious team would say, you know, you guys came third. Let's move up to get a second. Let's try and get a trophy out of those 3 semi-finals. But not this team, not this board. No, you're in Champions League. Champions League requires quality. The level of football in Champions League is much higher than that of the Europa League. But obviously, it looks like they know we're only going to be there for, 4 games? I'm going to go 8 games. I'm going to get dumped back right to Europa League where we rightly belong because of the lack of quality invested. Don't get me wrong, Telles is a very good player. He brings much different and he brings much pace and quality down the left flank, which Luke Shaw is struggling to deliver decent crosses. If Telles can come in and deliver good crosses for Cavani and Martial, that might make things a bit better. But for my take, till we come after the Newcastle game, I will talk to you guys after the game or before the game. We'll probably do a live show. We'll see what happens. From me, Tim Russell, host, but I still would say Cavani is a good backup striker. He would need to step up against Chelsea because Martial is banned. Igalo might start, but on Saturday, I think Igalo is going to be definitely starting because Cavani is even out. He's isolated and Martial is serving a 3-match ban. So from me, Tim Ross, your host, Soccer as We Like It, the Man United Edition, the channel for you. Don't forget, subscribe and give us all the support. We love you. Thank you. See you guys very soon. From me, it's goodbye and good night. Stay positive and stay safe.